Alright, UFC 297 fight week is almost wrapped up. We are almost here with the fight, and that means we are here to talk about the press conference. Now, a lot of people were excited for this press conference because of the last time that there was a press conference between Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis, where, yeah, Dricus du Plessis was a lot more aggressive to Sean Strickland than he was now, and there's reasons for that we're going to get into. But overall, this was a good press conference. A lot of hype, mostly from the fans. I think the fans were the star performance from the press conference, and we're going to get into that. And we're going to talk about some of the trash talk between Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis at the press conference, as well as Mayra Bueno Silva really bringing it during this press conference. And I also want to talk about the controversy from this week about a reporter asking Sean Strickland questions about some of the comments he has made in the past. And I'm going to talk about all that and more, but first I want to remind you guys to subscribe, like, comment, and share. We're trying to hit 20K by the end of the year. You guys are the best fan base in MMA, so I know you guys are going to help me with that goal. And I was excited for this press conference, right? We open up, everybody walks in, but you notice that there is a noticeable cheer for Sean Strickland. We noticed this in Australia, right? When he was against Adesanya. He really started getting people for him at that UFC 276 press conference where he first went Adesanya for doing TikTok dances and things like that, where he got knocked out by Alex Pereira.
I can tell you what, if you win this fight, when we fight, I knock you out, I'm gonna do a TikTok dance over your grave.
Oh, fuck it. Look at this grown-ass man on TikTok. Maybe that's the problem, bro.
And
you don't want this guy as a champion.
Do something about it.
You don't want this guy as a champion.
But that was kind of a foreshadowing to what his future would be at these press conferences, because then he got the main event slot against Adesanya, and now he's the main event against Dricus du Plessis. The guy is loved, and it's because I think a lot of people are sick of this cancel culture that we live in. And regardless of what you think, I think this is pretty objectable. Whether you think Sean Strickland took it too far, or whether you think he's not taking it too far and you agree, the truth is that over the past few years, we have dealt with a lot of cancel culture. A lot of people getting canceled for, let's be honest, bullshit reasons. You see people like James Gunn, good people out there that do get canceled because they made a tweet all the way back in the day and they're getting digged up. I think Sean Strickland is a direct result of people getting sick of it. And whether you think Sean Strickland is too far or not, I think that's why people are really appreciating him, because he is not a guy that is going to sell out unless it's to Monster. But other than that, yeah, Sean Strickland does not sell out at all. And we see in this press conference it was a lot more calmer between Dricus and Sean, right? I think that's what most of us expected when we saw them, you know, shake hands in the lobby and they were hugging. It seems that after that press conference, after they got into that fight, Sean DM'd Dricus. According to Sean and Dricus, they both confirmed this, and basically Sean was like, listen, man, I don't want to cross that line. That's a line that I respectfully do not want you to cross, so let's just leave it there. And I guess Dricus respected him, and yeah, credit for Dricus du Plessis, because he didn't have to do that. He's going into a fight, and especially when Sean Strickland really did start the trash talk during that press conference. And I'm a big Sean Strickland fan, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to hate, but he did say to Dricus, let's talk shit about each other. We don't have to be friends, and that's when Dricus did start talking shit.
By the way, Dricus, I like Dricus, but we're gonna fight each other. We don't gotta be, you know, I don't gotta be your coach. I'm not trying to grab you.
Now, I did think the comment was too far, but either way, I'm just saying. But yeah, Sean starts off hyping up the fight, talking about how they're going to be dick to dick, nipple to nipple.
He likes to fight, and he's a hell of a fight. You know what that means? We're going to be dick to dick, nipple to nipple in that fucking range, fucking fighting, bro. And I hope after we're done, win or lose, we're fucking bloody. And we put on a show for you fucking guys.
And honestly, I would say the biggest star of the press conference was Mayra Bueno Silva and Raquel Pennington. I think they did a phenomenal job, because let's be real, a lot of people were talking shit about this fight. A lot of people were saying, oh, this fight is boring, you know, we don't want to see this fight, poor Canada fans. Guys, I have been telling you guys for the longest time, and I think I finally feel vindicated, and I finally feel like I've been on the right side. I have been telling you guys, Mayra Bueno Silva, do not sleep on her. I do think she can be entertaining, especially if they had the fight with Juliana Pena. That would have been an amazing build-up. But a lot of people don't know about her because, let's be honest, she's been in most fight night cards. She's been mostly on the prelim. So people don't really know, but if you actually watch her interview, she's always trash talking. She's trying to hype up the fights, and especially now she realizes this is a co-main event slot. Here's what she had to say to Raquel Pennington.
Speak English, I can hear you.
Kicks a follow, Brel.
I told you, I'm ready for this level, but I don't know if see Raquel have this level. So I can care less about that. There's no other expectation from anywhere. It's just being me. Raquel, when you fight, everybody's sleeping. Everybody's sleeping when you fight.
And yeah, credit to Mayra Bueno Silva, you know, realizing, look, there wasn't a lot of heat on this main event, realizing she needs to do her job as a promoter and help promote this fight. And that I think she did a very good job of. I've seen some people on Twitter comment her and say, yeah, you know what, Mayra Bueno Silva is actually pretty entertaining, or saying that she actually was one of the best parts of the press conference. And I'm feeling really grateful, because I said this months ago when the fight was announced. They said, guys, you know, Mayra Bueno Silva, people just assume, because people really overly shit on women's MMA, and this might be a video that I make in the future. But look, I'll admit it, the women's bantamweight division is an absolute joke. The featherweight division is a joke. But look at the strawweight division. That is a fun division, but mostly the flyweight division I think is the best women's division right now. You got Shevchenko, you got Grosso, you got Erin Blanchfield, Talia Santos, I think recently got released, but you had her up until a couple months ago. Yeah, that division is super entertaining. You got Mene Fierro in there, Rose Namajunas also. Now, later on in the press conference, like I said, the fans absolutely stole it. They were really cheering for Sean. You could tell that they were a massive fan of him, and a fan actually rushed on stage to shake Sean Strickland's hand. And the face-offs happened, and I gotta mention this, the fans yelling, "Oil him up" to Dana White. If you guys don't know, this is kind of a meme that's going around because someone said it on Dana White's Instagram, and he had questions about it. He was kind of confused by it.
I want to oil you up. What the fuck does that mean?
And to talk about Sean Strickland and Dricus du Plessis, I mean, their face-off, I cannot believe Dricus is a 185er. I mean, he is huge for the weight class. Like, compared to Sean, I mean, Sean's a big 85er. If you guys will recall, back in Australia, he struggled to make 185. Dricus just looks really big, but muscle, that carries a lot of water weight, all right? You can really cut weight when you have a lot of muscles, like Kamaru Usman did. Kamaru had a lot of muscles, and that helped him cut weight because those hold a lot more water than just regular fat. So I'm not here trying to question if he'll make weight or not. We will find out, but he is looking very, very big. And yeah, last thing I want to talk about is on media day. Now, if you guys don't know, every Wednesday or so before the fight, they have a media day where all the fighters, you know, they go into a room, get questioned by media individually, and Sean Strickland being the main event, he had a lot of eyes on him, and especially being a main event of a pay-per-view, you know, not even just a main event of a fight night anymore. And a reporter came to question him about some of his ideology and some of Sean Strickland's comments he has made in the past about gay people or about trans people.
It was something you wrote a couple of years ago. You said, if I had a gay son, I would think I'd...
Oh, look, another, I'm saying to you, the swamp, you guys, the swamp.
You become a champion, you become a star, and someone...
Let me ask you something. Are you gay?
Have you had the chance to interact with a more diverse...
Are you... Let me know. Are you gay?
Can I get an answer?
Well, no, I'm asking. This is the part of... Are you a gay man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay. If you had a son and he was like, you know, you had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid?
No problem with it.
Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak fucking man, dude. You're part of the fucking problem. You elected Justin Trudeau. This guy is the fucking enemy. You want to look at the fucking enemy to our world? It's that motherfucker right there.
I've seen people pretty split on this issue, especially in the mainstream. Some people saying, yeah, Sean Strickland's an asshole. He should be canceled. He shouldn't be fighting with the UFC. And I've seen people defend the reporter, go against the reporter. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts right here. Now, do I agree with everything Sean Strickland says? Of course not. Sean Strickland is absolutely crazy, and you should not take what this guy says serious. We're talking about the guy that blew himself up with fireworks 2 weeks before this fight. Like, nothing Sean Strickland says should be taken with any seriousness. But I do think two things can be true at once. Does Sean Strickland say controversial shit? Yes, of course. Can people be offended? Honestly, I don't blame them if they're offended. I'm not personally offended. I don't really care. It takes a lot to offend me. I don't really care at the end of the day. It's Sean Strickland. Like I said, I don't take this guy serious, so who cares? But even if you're offended, I think two things could be true at once. Maybe Sean Strickland is saying offensive things, but that reporter was 1000% there to stir up some controversy, to stir up a headline. The guy came there also asking Mayra Bueno Silva about Sean Strickland, trying to get her to say something about him.
Sean Strickland, he made a sexist comment about your fight with Raquel. I know you've responded. What will you say if you see him this week?
I love you, Sean.
Oh.
He's very funny.
And was just kind of there just to simply condemn Sean Strickland. Like, it was very strange. But at the end of the day, look, he is a media member. The job of the media is really to be a check and balances of the people in power, right? If there was no media, everybody from the UFC to other companies to even government, they would be able to get away with a lot of stuff because there's nobody checking them. There's nobody reporting. So the media isn't supposed to be friendly to Sean Strickland, in my opinion. I don't think the media needs to be friendly to the UFC. And that is why I think the UFC media has really gone downhill, the MMA media, because they have to kiss Dana White's ass now. That's why people like Ariel aren't even there at the events anymore. So I don't blame this guy for asking the question necessarily, but he was 1000% there to stir up some stuff, and I don't blame Sean Strickland for getting annoyed, but I'm not personally annoyed at the reporter, nor am I annoyed at Sean Strickland. I think that's between them two. Cool press conference, awesome event. I cannot wait for Saturday night, and if you guys are excited like me, make sure to check out my prediction video where I broke down the fight. You guys will not believe who I picked. Feeling more and more confident by the day with my pick, so please check out on the video. It's on the screen. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. I believe I'm also going to put up that Justin Gaethje vs. Max Holloway announcement video. I reacted to the fight. Check it out there, guys. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base in MMA, and I'll see you guys in the next one.